Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA 5 video, we're going to be talking about how there was a new update to Grand Theft Auto Online today. I'm not talking about a background change or a tunables update or an event week, like an actual update that you had to download on your PC and console. So when I started up my PlayStation today, this is what it looked like, that I had to download Grand Theft Auto 5 version 1.37. You guys could see there that it was roughly around 700 megabytes. Now, this is going to be different for every console, and for that, we have some information from Insider TezFunds2, who, when the patch came out, he said new GTA Online patch is out. It is a gigabyte on Xbox, around 700 megabytes on PlayStation, and around 400 megabytes on PC. And when he released that tweet, and also when I'm recording this video, no patch notes yet, but there are reports that the loading time fix for PC has been implemented, which we'll talk about in a little bit, but it's also worth noting, as he said, the consoles never had that catalog issue that was causing the issues with loading times on PC, but that doesn't mean there wasn't other stuff for the new consoles. With him going on to say the consoles never had the catalog issue affecting loading times to begin with. This issue was specifically affecting invite-only sessions, not public sessions. PC would take longer to load invite-only than consoles, and now this is no longer the case. So that is the patch that came out, and you guys might be wondering, well, if it was for PC only, what did it fix for all systems? We'll actually talk about that in a little bit. But I think the big thing that was fixed on PC was massive loading times. So remember the other week we talked about how that developer was able to improve GTA Online's loading times by up to 70% by just changing one little thing. And not only was that incredibly impressive, but it also caught the eye of Rockstar because they have actually fixed this in an official update, thanks to this one developer coming up with this change. So to give you guys a refresher, at the beginning of March, GitHub user ToasterCX claimed they discovered a way to reduce GTA Online's loading times by up to 70%. And they actually released a fix on their own with a way to actually do this yourself. Well, it turns out Rockstar didn't take long to actually fix this themselves, as they have confirmed that his findings were accurate and that a fix is on the way. They said, after a thorough investigation, we can confirm that the player did in fact reveal an aspect of game code related to load times for the PC version of GTA Online that could be improved. As a result of these investigations, we have made some changes that will be implemented in a forthcoming title update. And that is the update that we got today. Now, they did not confirm whether or not it would be a 70% reduction in load times, but they did say, we'd like to thank him again for his efforts. And this developer was actually rewarded. Rockstar confirmed that a load time fix is not only in the works, but that he was awarded $10,000 through its bug bounty program. Now, that's normally reserved for discovering security or privacy issues in Rockstar's online games, but the studio decided to award the bounty as an exception in this case. And Rockstar confirmed to PC Gamer that the payment is being made. So congratulations to our friend Toaster CX here. Not only did he solve an issue that was impacting, probably thousands of GTA Online players, but he also was rewarded for it. $10,000, that is a lot of money. So well done, my friend. So that looks like it was the big change that is going to be made and implemented on PC. But again, a lot of you guys might be wondering what impact this will have for everyone, PC, consoles, etc. And for this, we turn to Rockstar Games Insider TezFunds2 on the GTA forum site, who ended up responding to someone that said, is this just for the loading thing, or is it a new update? I'm getting excited for no reason. And he said, I think it features bug fixes too, which is why consoles are getting it as well. If you are on console, you wouldn't likely notice a difference with loading times. So console guys have never had this issue in the first place, so they really don't have to worry about the loading times. Getting back to the loading times, what was causing it? It was a file on PC that basically served as server authentication, aka an anti-cheat measure, and the consoles simply don't use that file. And then someone else was wondering why it took Rockstar so long to fix this, with TezFunds2 saying it wasn't an issue when the PC version released, and likely even a year after. This is simply a case of a file growing so much in size due to all the additions each DLC introduced that it reached a point to have a drastic impact on loading time. So that explains why it took Rockstar so long to fix it, because on day one, week one, month one, and year one on PC, this issue really wasn't the case. But 5 or 6 years later, now it has become sort of a problem. So at least they have done the right thing and actually stepped up and fixed it. And if you guys are wondering what that fix looks like, someone said, for me, about 30 seconds from story mode to a solo session with them listing the specifications of their PC hardware. And TezFunds2 saying that's surprisingly quicker than current gen consoles by 4 to 5 seconds. Not really a surprise since it's PC we're talking about here. It looks like you may even load faster had your spawn location was set to last location, so you could have spawned in about 25 seconds. Most of my tests are with Xbox Series X, spawns me in about 33 to 34 seconds, and that's with spawn location set to last location. So maybe there are some more tricks to the trade here where you can get it to ultimately spawn in a little bit quicker if you have it set to one thing versus another. But for now, Rockstar has fixed this, which is incredibly cool. Now, one thing people might be wondering is what version of Grand Theft Auto Online we are now on. If you go to Online and then Options and down to the bottom, it will now say we are on version 1.54. So that's why this is an official update, because it has changed what version we're on, not just necessarily dealing with tunables, background updates, or event week bonuses, sales, etc. So now we're officially on 1.54. Now, because I'm sure a lot of people are going to be asking, it does not look like Rockstar introduced any more content here in Grand Theft Auto Online, so we're not going to be getting any new vehicles or tangible things that you can buy. It's not an update like that. I would imagine there are just a bunch of behind-the-scenes changes, bug fixes, etc. that ended up coming out from this. And if the patch notes do end up coming out by the time I update this video, I'll be sure to leave them in the description so you can check them out for yourself. And if anything else is found out by insiders or people who will dive into the files, I'll be sure to let you know what other potential changes Rockstar might have made as well. So again, I would love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. What do you think of this new patch update? I don't really know what to call it. Not really a DLC, although technically it is. Do you think the changes that were made were good? Do you think this was kind of silly or ridiculous by Rockstar? I think of it as kind of like a small quality of life update, so I'm actually kind of fine with it. But again, let me know what you guys are thinking about in those comments down below. I would love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would of course be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, or you want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and Red Dead Redemption videos that I'm doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.